you add 1 small teaspoon of camel's urine. And this you can ask whether it's female or a male, but I have no idea. I think there's no difference, inshallah. Two spoons of tea, small
in the mug,
in the mug itself, and drink it. The third day, for cancer, he knows better that camel milk mixed with urine.
I remember you telling me this in Camel.
Yes. So, a friend of mine who was a chemistry teacher, one of the best teachers in Jeddah, I knew him for about 10, maybe 12 years. We used to teach together. I happened to bump into about 3-4 years ago. So I met the brother, and he looked different. You know, now he's bearded and he looks practicing, not as before.
Yeah.
So I said, how are you? Have you been? It's been like 10 years I haven't seen you. He said, well, I unfortunately developed intestine cancer. I was shocked, subhanallah. And he said that they extracted a portion of it surgically, and the doctor said that there's no hope for you. You're gone. So I was sick, I was devastated, and then I got hold of a research by a professor in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, who teaches at the university, I think in the pharmaceutical college, I don't know what they call it, and her name is Dr. Fatin Khorshid. And he said I contacted her, and she gave me dosages of milk mixed with urine of camels. So I took this, and for about 5 months on daily basis, and then went and checked with my same doctor, who was shocked. And he said, this is impossible. It is all gone, totally disappeared. And he said that this was 3-4 years ago, and alhamdulillah, look at me. And I said, subhanallah. So I aired this story, and I got like bombarded with emails from everywhere asking me how to do that, what are the dosages. And I said, I don't know, I'm not an expert. So I had to call the brother again, and he told me about it. And it is very simple. The first 3-4 days you take a mug of camel's milk only, because this would disturb your stomach for the first couple of days until you get used to it. And the funny thing is, one of the sisters who called and asking me about it, and I said to her, for the first 4 days or so, take only a mug of camel's milk. She said, female or male? And I said, whoa, you think a bit before you speak. I said, I never knew that male camels have milk. So no, so I'm sorry, my bad. So it happens.
It's the old joke of what the cows drink, and everyone says milk. You know.
Yes. So then, after the 3rd or 4th day, you add 1 small teaspoon of camel's urine. And this you can ask whether it's female or a male, but I have no idea. I think there's no difference, inshallah. The 2nd day, you add 2 spoons of tea, small
in the mug,
in the mug itself, and drink it. The 3rd day, you add 3 small spoons of tea, of urine in it, and that is it. Continue on this 3 spoons to the rest of the time.
So it's just very little.
Yes, and it would not even, you would not find that the taste is so offensive. And I asked him, is it offensive, the taste? He said in the beginning maybe,
It's the thought. It's more
the thought
thought
of you drinking
But the
urine.
thing is, most of these medications you get from the pharmacy, they've got all sorts of
Things you don't know.
Things you don't,
Yes.
like creatures,
Yes.
and beetles, and they put all sorts of,
Yes.
you know.
And he said that he nowadays drink it every now and then, couple of days, 3 days. He stopped doing it every day.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, he's doing well. And this was a prophetic remedy given by the Prophet himself, alayhi salatu wasalam.
This is mentioned in the Sunnah.
Yes, in Sahih Bukhari Muslim, to a group of newly reverted Muslims who came to Medina and fell sick. So the Prophet told them to get out of the borders of Medina and go to the area where they collect the camels for sadaqah, for charity, for zakat, and to drink from the urine and from the milk. And in no time they got well, alhamdulillah.
You know, this is the thing, you know, sometimes people try to use these things against Islam. You know, oh, you're in this hadith, it's about drinking camel urine, just because it doesn't sound right.
By the way, if you go to India, where the population is almost 1 billion, it is a normal practice to add cow's urine to their food, not to their medicine, to their food as a delicacy, and some get treated with it, some wash with it. So,
I mean, in Islam,
we have revelation from the Prophet ﷺ to tell us that this is part of the religion. So no one
for camel specifically.
Yes, correct.
Subhanallah. You know, a lot of times, you know, the point is that when we know it is from the Quran and the Sunnah, you know, we should obey. You know, we hear and we obey, we submit to it.
And not only that, Akhi, if you don't want to, it's up to you. Nobody's forcing you to drink it, but the option is there. So, again, when people criticize, you have all the right to criticize whatever you don't like. But to be fair, look at the other aspects of Islam and compare apple to apple, the pros and cons. Weigh them. So if you tell me that, okay, I looked into Islam and I found that 98% of it is excellent, perfect, logical. But there are these 2% that do not go down well my throat. So I said, okay, that's okay with me. If 98 is okay with you, this means that the 2% that you are unable to digest, this is not because they're wrong. This is because your thinking process is wrong. And you should know that. If 98%, nothing on earth is 98% false proof and excellent except Islam. Think a bit before you speak.